bawling on my way to work, listening to Karen's story. This is Christmas. I agree with my sweet friend Cami. Christmas Spirit 105.3. I'm Erica. Did you catch the final Christmas blessing of the season? It was for Karen, a single mom of 4 from Tacoma. This is an incredible woman. And if you haven't heard the story, give it a listen, share it with a friend, because God provided Karen with Christmas presents for all 4 of her precious children and a safe family car. Unbelievable. Thank you, Bickford Ford and Buckley and Associates, Robert Gardner Roofing, and the junior high students from King's Schools, our sister ministry in Shoreline, who so selflessly spent their Christmas season raising money for Karen's Christmas blessing. They sold concessions at basketball games, they put out flyers, and they hosted a bake sale. Just amazing. We're so proud of them. Karen's Christmas blessing, it was one of my favorite moments ever on the radio. And Karen is back with us this morning. We're going to celebrate together and find out what happened when she told her kids about the Christmas miracle. Hi, Karen. Welcome back to the show.
Hi, Erica.
Oh my gosh, how are you?
I'm good. You guys have me in tears all over again. I did not even know that the teenagers did that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm so glad. How does that make you feel, Karen?
That makes me feel so good. Because it's like God is not only helping me, but He's also helping them. He's opened their eyes to this opportunity, to this experience, so they can be able to give back. And I love that because they're so young. And children are so impressionable now. So having that and being able to feel for my story and want to help and want to give back is just, it's admirable. I love it. I love it.
Oh, Karen, producer Max and I have the honor of speaking at the King's Schools Chapel tomorrow. And we're going to be presenting your photo and telling a little bit about what God did. And we thought it would be so fun if you could say a big old thank you to these awesome students. And then we'll play it for them at the chapel. Is that cool?
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that.
I knew you would. Go for it.
Okay, I just want to say a huge thank you on the behalf of me and my children. A huge thank you to you guys, because without your support, without your kindness and just your unwavering love for other people, me and my kids wouldn't have had the Christmas that we have. All this prayer, God definitely, He heard us, and He sent angels like you guys to be able to just help us out this holiday season. And my kids were in complete awe of the car, just to be able to have that space. Our booties are heated. We can remote start. It is amazing. It's amazing. And I was finally able to give them everything they wanted for Christmas, from the little things to the big things. And I'm so excited just to see their smiles on their faces. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. Keep being kind. Keep showing up for everyone else. Keep loving on each other, because that's what truly matters. That's what God wants us to do. And I know God's seen me this holiday season, and one day I pray that the blessings you gave me, that someone would pay it forward to you.
Oh, Karen, all of us, I just want you to know, everybody absolutely loves you. And we're all just feeling, producer Max, back me up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're feeling this sense that this was just God ordained. We just got to be the people who sent the message.
Yes. Yes, and I am so appreciative. We are so forever grateful for you guys. Just hearing on the radio, my kids hearing me and everything else, and my daughter started crying. And I'm like, yes, you see what God does in our lives. As long as you believe, as long as we continue to pray and just have our faith, things will work out. So it was a blessing to be able to give that to my kids, to be able to have this holiday season, and just see that how much people do love us, do support us, and we are seen. So that is a beautiful thing.
I mean, just wow. Karen, I want to ask you, I know there's a story about your car and how it died, right before you got the new one.
Oh,
so would you
my
take me
goodness.
back to that day? Because honestly, that's a Christmas miracle. Another one.
That was a Christmas miracle, and it just proves that God's timing is always on time. So you guys called me that Monday, and I'm super excited and stuff like that. And I'm a worry bug, so I freak out over the littlest thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And I'm driving on my way to work. We're going from Tacoma to Olympia, and we're in the car, we're listening to the radio, and then the radio completely went off. And I'm like, oh, gosh, what happened? And I'm pressing buttons, and I'm waking my son up. I'm like, the radio went off. I can't hear Erica. I can't hear nothing. And then he's like, what happened? I don't know. And then the steering wheel symbol came on the dash, and then I got a little scared because I'm like, that means it's locked, but I'm driving.
Oh, no.
And I'm all the way in the right lane, so now I'm really freaking out. So I was like, okay, I need to hurry up and get over to the shoulder because I'm not sure what it meant. And as I go to put my blinkers on, the steering wheel actually did lock. And I'm like, oh, gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. All the lights in the car started flashing, and something in my brain was like, get that steering wheel to move while there's no cars coming on the side of you. So I kind of just jerked that thing, and we kind of like flew over into the shoulder, and the whole car just completely shut down. And we just kept rolling, but thankfully it did stop. And I had to call my boss.
Unbelievable. This happened like right before God gave you a replacement car. It's like God took you right up to the point. Like you
Yes, he
used
did.
every ounce of that car.
I did. I really did. I really, really did. Because I felt it too. Like trying to find out all these repairs and everything else. We got the call from you guys that Monday. This happened actually on the Friday. So it was literally the end of the week. I was due to pick up my new car on Monday. So I'm like, come on, you know, we got to hold out. And normally things like that, it would have really sent me into a spiral. I would have been crying and stuff.
Yeah.
Something was just so calm in my heart, and God was just saying, be still. And then in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I know that we're getting another vehicle. Yes, we're sitting on the side of the freeway, and everyone's speeding on by. I have to be to work in 2 minutes, and my kids are late for school. But something just said, be still. God is with you. And I felt that presence. My kids were calm. They weren't crying or anything. And normally they freak out when mommy freak out. And I guess me being calm, it kept them calm. And then I was just like, let's pray really fast while we wait for my boss to come. We prayed over the car. We prayed over our day. And we just said, you know what, God, we want what you want for us. So if this isn't it right now, then we sure have something better to come. And at this time, they didn't know about the car. So it was me help preparing that moment.
Wow. So how did you tell them about the car?
So I wanted to surprise them all at once. So we drove out. My boss' daughter took me out to Snohomish on Monday. She drove me out there, and all my kids get out of school about 3 o'clock, but they all come to the daycare about 4. So I wanted to surprise them all at once. But my son missed the bus, so he was left at school. So it was separate surprises. So I picked him up first, and I'll send you the video as well. I picked him up in the school office because everyone listens to 105.3. We love you guys.
Wow.
So they are familiar with the radio station. I did tell the admin about it. So she came outside, and she was recording him as she walked him out. And he's looking. He's like, Mom, you have a rental? And I said, no. He said, Mom, this is a rental. And I'm like, no, it's not. And he's like, Mom, this is our car? And I said, yes, it is. He said, no way. I said, yes. And he just kept staring at me. And his mouth is open. And then he just gave me, like, the big giantest hug. And it was, like, the best feeling ever. It was like, wow. And then they walked away. We got in the car. And he looked at me again. And he said, Mommy, he said, please don't prank me. He said, just tell me if this is a joke. And I said, it's not a joke, baby. I showed him the paper. It said registered owner, Karen Fitzroy. And he's like, oh, my God, Mom. He said, please get out the car. I need to hug you again. And we got out, and we hugged again so tight. Oh, my goodness. And then we got to the daycare. We got the girls out, and the girls came outside, and they're standing there, and they're like, okay, well, what car are we getting in? And I'm like, our car. And she's like, well, I don't see our car. I'm like, really? It's right there. And she's like, where? I'm like, the red one. She's like, that's not our car. And then my son rolls down the window, and the girls were just jumping up and down. They were excited. They started crawling through the back and everything, and buttons and buttons. They were super excited. And every day we got in the car. I woke up, actually, the very next day, Tuesday morning. My 3-year-old, I woke her up to put her clothes on, and the very first thing she said was, take me to the red car.
Karen, you are just an absolute delight. And I just love you and your kids. When this happened, when you received this Christmas blessing, who did you tell? How have people been reacting to your Christmas miracle?
I think anyone that would listen, because I was so excited. I immediately hung up the phone after I got the phone with you guys because I was at the daycare. I walked inside. I walked into the office, and then I sat down on the chair. And then the director looked at me, and she said, you won the lottery. I said, it feels like it. And then she said, well, I want to know what was the prize. And I said, I just got a car for Christmas. And she said, you know what? That is a reason to cry. That is a reason to cry. You deserve it.
Cry.
And she just hugged me and she cried with me. And then she was like, I'm so proud of you of everything you've been through, that you have accomplished. And then she said, where did you get the car from? And then I said, 105.3. And then she cried some more. And she said, that is God. And she said, I've never met anyone who received such a blessing, but I've never met anyone that was more deserving.
Oh, Karen, you warm up our hearts. We are just so thankful for you, and we're hoping you're going to keep in touch, because I feel like this is just the beginning of your miracle story.
I am. I'm on my way down back to Snohomish to meet with Jason and them now, actually, because the engine light came on, so they said, bring it in. They'll fix it right away.
Oh, goodness.
I'm actually on my way, so I'm going to go hang with that team today, but I'm for sure are going to keep in touch with you guys. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me. This has been a miracle.
Well, we love you so much. Producer Max, anything you want to say to Karen?
Karen, we're just so happy to get to do this and to tell your story. And it's been we've done a lot of these stories. We hear a lot, and I don't think anything has touched our hearts more than what you've shared with us and getting to be a facilitator of this blessing.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. It is my dream to one day give back and be able to bless families the way that me and my family has been blessed. It's been like a number one goal of mine. It's what I'm going to school for, what I'm working towards. I just want to be able to create joy in other people's lives, just give back the way that me and my family has always received. And I just want to have everyone experience God.
We believe that, but I wanted to let you know something. You have already done that. By your reaction, by your testimony, by your sharing your story, how God has been good to you, that you have everything even when you have nothing. You have already done that. The text line was blowing up with people saying, oh my gosh, I'm not crying, you're crying. You know, people who are touched by your story. So girl, it's already begun.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, hearing it on the radio was definitely, it was a different experience than sitting through it. And then hearing the teenagers, that just touched my heart so much.
Karen, we love you. Keep in touch.
I will. Thank you so much, Erica. Thank you, Max. I appreciate the team so much. Merry Christmas, you guys.
See you, Karen.
Merry Christmas.